so it's not great. But when you're trading and risk is small and it's managed, and emotionally you're in a pretty good place, not necessarily happy, but you're just kind of calm and relaxed with trading. Trading can be so much, yeah, as a calm. It doesn't have to be, stressful. It can be very calm. And when you're trading in that kind of environment, I would say your performance will be a lot better anyway. Manage trades better, enter trades better, not rush into positions, not exit positions early. All of that would just be a bare minimal when you're in that kind of state. Yeah, we can take a look at dollar seed share for Lighten, no problemo. What do you work on your psychology to get to the point that you're at now? Because swing requires a lot of mental strength. What steps or advice can you give for someone struggling with psychology? Good question. Um, I mean, psychology is so broad as well. So there's so many different topics you could be struggling with, um, and each will have their own kind of solutions to them. I would say in general, in terms of swing trading, of course, you can say it takes a lot of mental strength to hold positions, but um, I feel like it really suits my personality. So by default, I kind of drift to more of this style of trading, rather than the fast and furious of the lower time frames. I feel like this suits me more as a person. So naturally, it doesn't take so much mental strength to adapt to this. I think a good part of psychology, the reason why you become quite emotional is because there's a lot of stress. Whether the money you're risking is a lot, what's on the line is a lot. You're not quite confident with what you're doing. You're more emotional when things are not really in your control, when you don't really know what's going on. So in terms of improving your psychology, you have to make sure that you're in control of what's going on, which is keeping risk small, um, to a point where the risk doesn't really matter, in terms of the position. So I know people say risk 1%, risk 0.1%. Keep the risk really small. You can always increase it later on once you find consistency. So keep risk really small. That way you can focus more on the art of actually trading and the analysis rather than the monetary side of things, which will come later. So keep risk small. That keeps your emotion down. So you're more focused on the chart. In terms of strategy, get really good at the strategy. You want to be really, really kind of focused on a particular style of trading and get really good at it. Kind of ignore the noise, get really good at one thing, and that comes down to back testing a lot, spending a lot of hours going through markets, applying the same analysis and getting good at that. And of course, live trading on a demo account as well. So once you get confidence in the strategy, then you get confidence trading live. And of course, like I said, keep risk small. You get confidence as you continue, and you start focusing on your actions rather than what the market's going to do next, because the sum of all your actions will eventually equal profitability in the long run. So in terms of getting your psychology to a healthy state, um, it comes really down to confidence, in your ability and your management, and just making sure that nothing's really on the line. The risk is really, really small. You can always build up risk as you go on. So I would recommend to focus on those things. Uh, Again, there's so many different avenues of psychology you can go into, but I'll say that's a broad kind of place to start. Um, yeah, and in terms of swing trading, holding positions for a long time, for me, there is no real struggle to that, because I've been doing it for a while, and again, like I said, my personality is quite tailored to this. But again, keeping risk small is a good way to help with holding trades for longer. If I had a huge position, then yeah, I would be quite nervous. But if the positions are smaller, of course, relative to your account, then it makes it easier to hold positions. You can hold through NFP, you can hold through Fed interest rate, because okay, worst case scenario, you do take a loss, it's not going to wipe you out or anything of that nature. So yeah, those are some things to comment on. I'll probably create some more videos, separate videos in terms of psychology to go through, because it's such a broad topic.